First, what I'm going to do is iron the fabric for the pajami. Is it me or am I the only one who actually thinks that the sound of ironing is very calming? Now this fabric is 45 inches in width and 2.5 meters in length. Now what I've done is folded it in half from the length, and then you want to fold it again diagonally so you create sort of like a triangle. Now we're going to be working with a lot of triangles today, so bear with me. And then just make sure the closed side of the fabric is facing you. Now make sure you set out the fabric well. Iron it again to create a crease down the middle. Now measure the full length of the pajami. I'm leaving 3 inches above for the belt, then measure the full length. So my full length is 40 inches. Now I'm going to be adding 18 inches for the churi, and then my knee length 23.5 inches, then mark another line at 18 inches for my thigh, then another at 14.5 inches which is for my Aasan. Now make a straight line on all the lines that are marked out. And then mark down the width of your mori, so the ankle. Mine is 9 inches. 5.5 inches rather than 4.5, and then from the bottom mark up 4.5 inches, and from there you can put your actual width of your ankle, so mine is 4.5 inches, and then also leave an extra 2 inch of margin or loosen fabric. Now mark down the correct fitting for your knee, and then your hip, and then your Aasan. So normally your Aasan width is the exact same as your hip width. Now join all the lines together, leaving about a 2 inch margin gap. If you want, you can keep 1.5, I just think 2 inches work better for me. Now cut out the pajami and straighten out any fabric that is uneven. And then cut slits in between on the lines just to make sure it's easier when you're stitching. Now the other piece of fabric, leave it as it is and place it any side, it doesn't matter which side you're using. place it under the pajami, leaving about an inch margin. Now make sure it's set out correctly, no creases or anything. So what you're going to do is mark lines for your hip, your Aasan and your thigh. So my hip, I normally add an extra 3.25 inches. I find that that works well for me. Also, that's the exact same size for my belt that I'm keeping. Now cut out all the lines that you've drawn out, and I've also kept a 2-inch margin gap. The extra fabric that's left out, cut out a sort of triangle shape, then cut out a curve at the bottom. Now my triangle is 8 by 8 inches. You can have it 7 by 7. Doesn't really matter as long as it's between that. And then I'm going to attach the smaller triangle piece with the bigger triangle piece at the bottom. Now I'm just using this tracing tool so I can mark down the lines for the other side, just to make it easier. Now I'm going to cut out the belt. How you work out the belt formula, normally you do your hip plus 10 inches. So length, you can keep whatever length you want. Mine is going to be 6.5 inches, 2 inches for the belt and ½ an inch for seam allowance. So my belt would be round about 4 inches in length. Now you want to make sure the triangle is facing the right side down and the pajami is facing right side up. So you should have the pajami facing right side up, so towards you, and then the bigger triangle should be facing right side down, so the wrong side should be facing you. and then the smaller triangle will be attached on the corner on either side, and that will be at the bottom of the bigger triangle. And that's it for you guys. Hope you liked the video, guys. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and my next video will be of me stitching the pajami, so this will be a part 2.